Isabel's journey. The faith that moves mountains. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the difficulties of life? Have you faced moments when everything seemed lost, but somehow you found the strength to keep going? Today, we embark on the inspiring story of Isabel, a simple woman full of dreams and ambitions whose faith was tested in ways she never imagined. Isabel faced losses, financial struggles, moments of despair and doubt, but she also discovered that true strength comes from within the belief that everything can change, even when the situation seems impossible. This story is not just about overcoming, it's about the power of faith to transform lives, even in the most challenging circumstances. Throughout this video, you'll see how Isabel turned pain into purpose and found a path of light and hope. A journey that will move, inspire, and perhaps even change the way you see difficulties. So, before we begin, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel because stories like this have the power to touch lives and you won't want to miss any of them. And of course, activate the bell to be notified whenever we post new content. Now, let's go on this journey of faith and transformation together. Isabel was always a positive and hard-working person, someone who deeply believed in a better future, even in the face of challenges. Coming from a modest background, she was part of a middle-class family where hard work was valued and spirituality was nurtured. From a young age, she learned that keeping faith in tough times was the key to overcoming obstacles. For Isabel, faith was not just a belief, it was the light that guided her. However, she had no idea how much this faith would be tested. Shortly after finishing her business administration degree, Isabel started working at a small but promising company. She didn't earn much, but it was enough to cover her bills and start saving a little. At that time, Isabel believed she was building the foundation for a more peaceful life. She dreamed of saving money to pursue a postgraduate degree, advance in her career, and one day start her own business. That was her plan. Everything seemed to be on the right track until, at the age of 28, Isabel received devastating news. Her mother had been diagnosed with a rare and complex autoimmune disease. This diagnosis brought a series of challenges, both emotional and financial, as treatments were expensive and required constant medical attention. Isabel found herself needing to help more at home and cover medical expenses. Her savings, which she had worked hard to accumulate, quickly drained, and she began to accumulate debts. To make matters worse, the company she worked for went through a financial crisis and was forced to lay off employees. Unfortunately, Isabel was among those let go. She felt devastated. Within just a few months, she found herself unemployed, deep in debt, and responsible for her mother's health. The anguish was so great that she began to question why all of this was happening. However, even with despair knocking at her door, Isabel kept her faith. Every day, she took time to meditate, pray, and connect with something greater, seeking strength to face each new obstacle. Despite her prayers, the days went by and Isabel still couldn't find a job. However, she decided not to give up. She began looking for temporary work to generate some income, tutoring neighborhood children, helping with gardening services, and even selling homemade cakes. It wasn't what she had planned for her life, but at least she could pay some bills. Through these jobs, Isabel met new people, many of whom were facing similar struggles. She found support in a small local religious community where she began attending support groups and spiritual retreats. It was at these gatherings that Isabel reconnected with her spirituality on a deeper level, realizing that her suffering didn't distance her from God but brought her closer to a greater understanding of life. By sharing her experiences, she also grew stronger by hearing other stories and realizing that she wasn't alone in her struggle. Months later, Isabel had an unexpected opportunity. One of the women for whom she did gardening work was a businesswoman, and upon hearing Isabel's story, she decided to give her a chance at a small accounting firm she managed. It wasn't exactly what Isabel had dreamed of, but it was an opportunity to work in her field of study. Isabel gladly accepted, and with dedication, she began learning everything she could. During this phase, she had to learn to balance the pressure of the new job with her responsibilities at home and her mother's fragile health. Isabel constantly found herself exhausted, but every time she felt at her limit, she remembered how much she had already overcome. Every obstacle became a reminder of how powerful her faith was. It was here that Isabel began to realize that her strength went far beyond what she had imagined and that her spirituality and faith were inexhaustible sources of energy. In her new job, Isabel not only stood out for her competence, but also for her ability to handle adversity with calmness. Her boss, who had initially hesitated to hire her, recognized the value of having such a resilient person on the team, and after a year, Isabel was promoted. With the new position, she received a raise, which allowed her to reorganize her finances and even pay off her accumulated debts. More than that, Isabel saw a real chance to improve her mother's life, who was now able to access quality treatments. This phase of renewal brought new perspectives for Isabel. She realized that, even in the worst times, what truly mattered was the ability to believe that everything would pass and that something greater was guiding her steps. It was this inner strength that kept her going when many would have given up. Despite the challenges, Isabel decided that it was time to resume her original plan. She began saving again, but this time with a different goal. She decided she would open her own business, a small consulting firm to help others reorganize their finances. During her difficult moments, she had learned so much about handling financial adversity and realized that she wanted to use this knowledge to help others. Over time, Isabel managed to save enough to start her business. And instead of focusing on large clients, she decided to direct her services to small businesses and individuals in vulnerable situations who, like her, were going through financial difficulties. Isabel felt that her experience made her capable of helping with empathy and understanding. The business started small, but it quickly grew as her clients felt welcomed and valued. Isabel's company became known in the town for its human and supportive approach, and she found, in this new phase, an even greater purpose. Now, her work was not just a way to survive. It was also a way to transform lives, to give hope to those going through situations similar to what she herself had lived. Today, Isabel looks back and sees how much her faith sustained her at every step of her journey. She continues to practice spirituality fervently, not just in times of difficulty, but as a constant habit. Her life has become a living testimony that, no matter the adversities, faith is a powerful and transformative force. The moral of this story is clear. Never underestimate the strength that resides within you, nor the power of sincere belief. Isabel learned and now teaches that even in the darkest hours, there is always a light. This light is faith, which keeps us standing and helps us navigate through storms. Isabel is proof that, even in the most challenging circumstances, we can overcome and grow. And so, we come to the end of Isabel's incredible journey. Her story is a powerful reminder that life doesn't always follow the plans we make, but with faith, resilience, and determination, we can turn even the most difficult moments into opportunities to grow and bloom. Isabel faced challenges that could have broken anyone, but she chose to continue, guided by the light of faith and the desire to overcome adversity. She not only rebuilt her life, but also used her experiences to inspire and help others. Her journey shows us that, even in the strongest storms, there is a way out and it begins within us. And now, we want to hear from you. What did you think of this story? Have you faced something similar? Share your thoughts in the comments because your story might inspire even more people. Before you leave, don't forget to help us keep spreading messages like this. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming stories. This way, you support our work and help us reach more people with stories that warm the heart and strengthen the soul. And if this story touched you, share it with friends and family who also need a word of hope. Who knows, it might be the light someone needs to overcome a difficult moment. Thank you so much for joining us until now. Keep believing in the power of faith, and remember, no matter the size of the challenge, there is always a way. Until the next video.